Okay, in algebra, division is the same as a fraction. So I'm actually going to write this as a fraction. I'm going to put the numerator is going to be the first set of parentheses, and I can take the parentheses away. So 36 u to the fifth, x to the seventh, minus 21 u to the fifth, x squared. Now we are dividing by a monomial. That means there's only one term. So divided by as a fraction, the monomial, negative 4 u to the fourth x cubed. Okay, to divide these, you actually want to split them up like this. So your first term is going to be 36 u to the fifth, x to the seventh, over negative 4 u to the fourth, x to the third. And then your next term is this. See how I split that up? So that's a negative 21 u to the fifth x squared over negative 4 u to the fourth x cubed. Okay, now we simplify those. First of all, there's a negative on the bottom, but there's no negative on the top to cancel that out, because with fractions you have to have two negatives to cancel. So that's going to stay a negative. Then I'm just going to do the numerical division, and I'm going to make a fraction. Okay, 36 divided by 4 is 9, and since the 36 is larger, it's on the top. You put the 9 on the top. Okay, for my u's, my highest exponent is on the top. So you keep your u on the top, and then you subtract the exponents. So 5 take away 4 is 1. So if the exponent's 1, you don't have to put the 1. You just leave it because it is already 1u. For my x's, the highest exponent is on the top. So then you subtract those exponents. 7 take away 3 is 4. Okay. So on the next one, so that one didn't even have a fraction. It doesn't have a denominator because all the highest exponents were on the top. On this next one, the negative on the top cancels with the negative on the bottom, so it's going to be a positive. And then 21 over 4 doesn't have anything that you can simplify, so just leave it 21 over 4. For my u's, the highest exponent is on the top, so you put yours on the top and then subtract. 5 take away 4 is just 1u. For my x's, the highest exponent is on the bottom, so you leave your x on the bottom. You still subtract, so the biggest minus the smallest. 3 take away 2 is just 1. So the line doesn't need to be there. That's the answer. Let me go ahead and change that to what it should look like, because you really shouldn't have a line with the first one because it didn't have a denominator. Okay, so right there, that's what the answer is going to look like. Now, a really quicker way of doing it is to, when you're rewriting it, just go ahead and split them up right from the start. So I'm going to take this part, negative 8 y to the fourth u cubed, and I'm going to put this under it, a negative 3 y to the fourth u cubed. Then I'm going to take this one, a positive 12 y u squared, and I'm going to put this under that, negative 3 y to the fourth u cubed. So you can skip that step if you visually you can remember to do it like that, or you can do it like I did this first one. Totally up to you. It ends up getting the same answer. So in the first fraction, the negative on the top cancels with the negative on the bottom, so it's going to be positive. Just looking at the number part, 8 over 3 does not simplify, so leave it 8 over 3. Okay, for my y's, I have 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. If you have the exact same thing top and bottom, they cancel out, because 4 take away 4 is 0. That means 0 y's in your answer. And for my u's, I've got a 3 on the top and a 3 on the bottom. Again, if they're the exact same exponent with the exact same letter, you cancel them out, because 3 take away 3 is 0. So that term is just 8 over 3. The next one, I have a positive on the top, but a negative on the bottom. You have to have two negatives to cancel it out. So I'm going to just leave it negative. Then you deal with the numbers. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay. And let me rewrite that. The 12 is larger, so that means your 4 is going to go on top of your fraction. Okay, for my y's, if there is no exponent, it's a 1. So for my y's, the largest exponent's on the bottom, so you leave it on the bottom, and then subtract big minus small. 4 minus 1 is 3. For my u's, the highest exponent's on the bottom, so you put yours on the bottom and subtract. 3 take away 2 is 1, so just 1 u. So this looks funny, but that's the answer. Okay, this next one, they actually already did that one first step for you. So let's just go ahead and split these apart. So I've got 24 u to the 5th, y to the 6th, over negative 4, u to the 3rd, y squared. And then I split the other one up. So I have negative 29 u y to the 6th over negative 4 u to the 3rd y squared. Okay, so for the first one, there is a negative on the bottom, but there's no negative on the top to cancel it out, so it stays negative. I'll just move the negative out front. And then you divide. 24 divided by 4 is 6, and the 24 is larger, so and it's on the top. That means your 6 goes on the top. Okay, for my u's, the highest exponent's on the top. Subtract. 5 take away 3 is 2. For my y's, the highest exponent's on the top. Subtract. 6 take away 2 is 4. So for that first term, we do not have a fraction for an answer. So that's just the first term. The second term, we have a negative on the top, canceling with a negative on the bottom, so that's going to be a positive, and you do have to put the plus sign. Now 29 over 4, there's no way to simplify that, so just leave it 29 over 4. For my u's, the largest exponent is on the bottom, so you put your u on the bottom and then subtract. 3 take away 1 is 2. For my y's, the largest exponent's on the top, so put your y on the top and subtract. 6 take away 2 is 4. And that's the answer.